Well, here we are. 100% items have been attained, and it's now time to do the end of the game. And also we have to walk to the end of the game, because I didn't get there at the end of the last video. But we will. Perhaps we can reflect on the journey we've had along the way. I think I would still, as of before the final boss, which could easily influence the rating, as of before the final boss, I would say that this game is probably like somewhere between, let's just give it a range, let's say between 8 and 9 out of 10. Because it could easily fluctuate in either direction for the ending. I have a number of small problems with it, I suppose, but overall I've enjoyed my experience a lot. And it seems like there's a lot of crazy stuff you can do to play through the game much faster that I didn't even get into. Some of it I mentioned here and there, I think. There's a lot of sequence breaking you're able to do. There's probably some crazy tricks and stuff. So it's not like super locked down like Fusion was. It seems like this really is kind of a best of both worlds kind of situation. It's got good parts from Fusion, it's got good parts from Super, etc. Gotta go just generally up when I can. That's a little more difficult. I'm surprised that worked, actually. So it's got the good points from Fusion, the good points from Super, and so on. I'll talk about, like, maybe I should be saving this sort of thing for the credits, you might argue. And you could be right. Because I might need something to talk about then, too. But, overall, I guess I'll talk about some of my complaints with the controls first. So, I've mentioned before how it's difficult to aim precisely. Like, you either have to stop and do this, or you have to like try and aim while you're moving, and it's a little bit difficult. This has caused some problems at times, and there's also been some trouble with precision in shine sparking. Like, there have been times when I wanted to go diagonal and it wouldn't. There have also been times when I intended to super jump, but didn't. Or not super jump, spin jump. So I've had that as an issue as well, on occasion. Here's a bit that I never mapped, apparently. So the controls can be a little bit finicky, but overall they're really good, and it feels very good to control Samus. So, like, overall, not an issue, though sometimes a little weird. Another criticism I have is that some parts of the game are kind of unintuitive. Like, I had that one struggle in Berenia, underwater, trying to figure out what to do. That was a little bit unintuitive that you could diffusion through there, though I don't know. I think other people have had a similar problem there. It was a little unintuitive figuring out how to get several of the collectible items that were optional. Sometimes a lot bit unintuitive or very demanding. Overall, I think the worst part of this game, the very worst, is the speed booster puzzles that there sometimes are, and the shine spark puzzles more specifically. Sometimes they're just too much. That's my biggest complaint. For other very small complaints, the difficulty curve's a little bit wonky sometimes. The lightning bug boss SQ gave me some issues more than the things around it. And navigation-wise, that one part of Berenia was more difficult to navigate for me than anything else. And then, I kind of feel like some of the items in the game are a little underutilized. Like, a lot of the items boil down to fancy ways to open specific doors. Like, Storm Missile is a little bit of that. Cross Bomb doesn't actually feel like it gets that much use. Grapple Beam, there's not that many grapple points in the game and stuff like that. Yeah, that's where I need to go, right? So is this the last save point for now, then? So some of the items feel a little underutilized, basically. They're all used pretty well overall. I'm not saying that they're bad. Overall, they're great. I love all the items in the game. It feels great to discover like new items that weren't in Metroid before and play around with them and see what they do and so on. I think that covers pretty much my criticisms of the game. The amount of frustration brings it down like a 1 or 2 points. Well, it wasn't all frustration. That's not fair to say. Some of it was. As for good things about the game, basically everything else is great. I love this game, actually, still. I especially love some of the boss fights, and some of the powers, and like the Emmys. Really casual armchair transport system there. Oh, this is good. Gets its own loading screen. So, yeah. I can't be quite as elaborate about what I love about the game because it's basically everything else. So I would still say this game is excellent. Itorash. And actually, I took just long enough. There are no items here, by the way. I took just long enough to explain all that we're here. I guess we can go back and leave if we want. But this should be like a Torian kind of situation. Oh. There's those computers we saw in those cutscenes that were operating stuff. There's something on the monitor there. But yeah, enough reviewing the game. Now is the time for continuing, for doing the ends. Let's just enjoy it. This game is good. Sorry if I made it sound like it was bad by talking over much. But it just felt more important to go into detail about the criticisms than the things I liked about it. Maybe I'll go into detail about things that I liked. Okay, what's this about? Maybe I'll use the credits for detail about things that I like. Oh. Well, I don't know what I just destroyed, but Samus does love to destroy planet. Use the elevator. Okay, so this was a very, very tiny section, and we're actually going somewhere else now? Oh, classic elevator! Very classic looking elevator. Oh, hey. Convenient. Hey, Adam.
Uploading data.
How you doing?
It appears your Metroid DNA has caused you to become a Metroid. Ordinarily, this would have happened immediately after the DNA transplant.
I love that Samus actually is Metroid now. That's hilarious.
Your Pokemon genes must have slowed down the process. They were the only tribe capable of controlling the Metroids.
Seems
When
legit.
you possess their DNA, you are not a Pokemon. Your physical prowess suggests that you must also possess Mockin DNA.
Samus has Chozo DNA? Like, I know she was raised by the Chozo, but I didn't know they put DNA.
Metroids are
I don't
programmed
know.
to identify Mockin as enemies. This suggests one thing to me. It is very probable that your metamorphosis occurred as a result of Raven Beak's attack. His presence awakened the Metroid's killer instinct.
Seems reasonable. I don't know if this is how DNA works at all. Also, Metroids are programmed? What?
Since then, your metamorphosis
Okay.
has accelerated. It can
I'll
no
accept
longer
it.
be controlled.
Oh, that seems bad,
You
though.
are now a Metroid, Samus Aran. Your very existence poses a grave threat to the galaxy.
Not really.
However, there is no need to fear. You can still contribute to galactic peace. You need only use your new powers correctly.
Kick the shit out of Ravenbeak. I'll do
You
it.
have followed my instructions faithfully so far. Continue to do so. It's that simple.
That seems
I consider
suspicious,
your
though.
performance here on TDR highly satisfactory, as I hope. It has even
As you
raised your
hoped.
Metroid powers. I was
Adam?
grateful that you lived during our first encounter. That one
Wait.
glimpse you showed told me everything.
You were Ravenbeak this whole time?
My plan is the only way to bring order to the galaxy. Fulfill your destiny, Samus. This is an order. Disobedience will not be tolerated.
Or what? What the fuck? Hey, dude? Yeah! Correct. Ah. You disappoint me. It was illusion. Okay, that's when the DNA happened, I suppose. My daughter? Okay, sure. Fuck you, Dad! Not my real dad, in case you heard that. Anyway, oh. Alright. You seem invincible, sir. Maybe not that invincible. I can't tell if you're invincible. Well, first of all, I've confirmed that I can die regularly. That's important. Hi! Post-processing Robin is here to tell you a little story. This boss was very difficult, and I got kind of upset during it. And it took me like 30 minutes before I got a winning attempt. So that you're seeing that sped up at like 10 times the speed, and I hope that's okay to watch and not horrifying. But yeah, so there's a 3-minute little segment of speed here. This boss, I have a bit of a problem when I get frustrated by something that's difficult and get kind of upset in a way that's not fun to watch. I think I explained things better after the fact in the video itself, so I'm not going to go into too much detail here. But suffice it to say that I struggled with this boss for a while, and I got kind of mad at the game. I was like, ah, this sucks, because I whine a lot sometimes. That's not quote unquote good content. But you know, here's something, and we're gonna cut to the winning thing after this something is over. Don't worry, I get happier after that. Did you truly believe you could defeat me? You overestimate yourself. Samus is just doing grabby hands. You no longer serve any purpose, and even your Metroid DNA is no longer necessary. Do you want to know why? Okay, this is funny looking a little bit. Stop strangling Samus, though. It's because I can now clone an army of the most powerful Metroid of all, Samus Aran. Don't do that, that's bad. No one can stand in my way, not even you. Foolish daughter, leave the galaxy to me. Close your eyes and rest. No. I won't. No! Power is everything. Okay. And then snap back to awake. Yep. Samus mad. Samus gonna fucking explode your house. She's just screaming this whole time. Ah, this was me. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. I was screaming internally, for a lot of that fight. I'm probably gonna cut out a lot of me getting upset. Honestly. That fight was a little bit too difficult and a little bit too long. Also, Samus blew shit up. She just like choke slammed an entire floating house into the ground, I think. Oh. Well. I'm Metroid now. That's rad as hell looking. God damn it, X parasites. Why do you become huge? Are you... Gross. Oh. This is ultra omega. I am too powerful now. Just vaporize that shit. Yeah! So, I'm Metroid. Cool. Hyper Beam! Metroid suit. The Metroid DNA inside Samus is surged completely out of control and transformed her into an organism that's essentially a Metroid. She looks pretty chill about it. Samus unleashes her latent power, causing all arm cannon abilities to combine into a devastating beam capable of destroying anything in its path. Press and hold Y to fuck shit up! Okay, this kind of rules, though. Like, I was getting mad at the boss fight, but this kind of rules. I'm trying to go in the thing. Okay. Where am I going exactly? Oh, right. Wait. Oh, okay. Is this chase sequence actually gonna, like, kind of cut it close almost? Because it sure feels that way. Okay. It didn't help that I wasn't sure where to go at the start of it. Hey, it's my favorite ship. Maybe my second favorite ship. Don't?
You will drain the ship of its energy.
Oh, shit. I'm too Metroid. Well, Adam. Quiet Robe. Why are you in my house? My ship? My ship house? Oh. You're still kind to me as X? A little bit? Oh, cool. I've become normal. Oh, better go. Better fucking get the shit out of here! Why did the whole planet explode exactly? Doesn't matter, it's a Metroid game. Planets do this. Bum ba 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 ba. Hey! Okay, so final boss, too difficult and too much to do, too long. However, the ending was rad as hell and immediately won me back over. So, yeah. Probably gonna be a big sped up portion or something. But yeah, ending. Okay, so what was I gonna talk about during these credits? I don't know. That ending ruled. Even though the final boss was really, really annoying, actually. Maybe annoying's the wrong word. Frustrating might also be the wrong word. I don't know. Mixed emotions at the end there. Maybe I'll just enjoy this music. Shoutouts to all of these people, as usual. So, let's see. I went over all my criticisms, but I'll add that the difficulty curve... I'll add the final boss to the difficulty curve being wonky part. It feels kind of like a spike. Like, once you figure it out, it kind of works out, but there's some things I never figured out, like the purple orb. I just rammed myself into it to get it out of the way as quickly as possible. And when he makes, like, the big ol' sun thing that shoots the laser waves, that just isn't really timed up with anything else, so I don't know how to get around it. It's something, that's for sure. But, the story of this game, I liked it a lot, what there was of it. Like, it doesn't have... Metroid games shouldn't have an absolute ton of story. This is a good amount of story for a Metroid game. Despite my issues with them, I like the controls. The game felt very nice to control. I like the exploration, except for the parts when there were speed booster puzzles that were really precise. I liked the environments and the music and the enemies and all that, and the bosses were most of the bosses were great. Z57 is probably my favorite boss fight in the game. I really like that one. The final boss, while frustrating, did have a really good payoff. So I'll give it that. I liked all the new items in the game. Those were fun. Like, even if they were a little underutilized sometimes. The cross bomb was wild to get. The spin boost was wild to get. Like, even if it got replaced by the space jump, I never expected a space jump minus to exist in the game. Diffusion beam was cool. Though I kind of stopped using it after a while once I just had wave. I guess. Storm missiles cool, though I think those were in one of the primes? Or like something that's equivalent to them was. I never played Samus Returns, so there might have been some things from that that weren't new, that I thought were new. I don't know. Overall, the strong ending has improved my opinion of it again. So I think I might still honestly just stick with a 9 out of 10. I'm sorry for all the bits of frustration that showed through. I'm quite easily discouraged, let's say. I'm probably going to do a heavy bit of editing or cutting or something for the final boss fight, because this ended up being a 60-minute recording so far, and we're not even really done yet. I got 100%. There might be like a post-credit surprise, like Samus in a birthday hat saying good job. And by birthday hat, I mean like one of those little paper cones that you might have at a birthday party. But she's got like a cake, maybe. I don't know why it's her birthday in my theoretical scenario. My brain is just like running overdrive right now, so it's inventing a Samus birthday party. As you do. You know how it is. Wow, it's wild to see credits that are this short after playing Final Fantasy XIV again on the stream, which had credits that were like 15 minutes long. So what do we got? That's Samus. She got rid of all of her upgrades already. Ooh. Hi. I boot the game really slowly, so you're probably not going to do anything cool. Yeah. Yeah, I guess you probably get to see her without her suit or whatever if you beat it really fast. That's a slower time by at least an hour than some clear times I've seen, I think. I'll try not to feel too bad about myself for that, but I probably inevitably will. I like how all of the digits are like the same number, like 113355. That's cool. See you next mission. Now what? Oh hey, Metroid Zero mission. That cool art, I guess? What does this have to do with anything? Why did you show me that? Hard mode unlocked, no thanks. New content in the gallery. So, okay. Let's take a look at the extras. I haven't looked at these the whole game, so we have all of them. And also ending rewards in R. Oh, okay. So that's an ending reward. You get like a little splash art. Understood. So, got sort of the opening bit. Ravenbeak shooting Emmy. We got sort of Chozo trying to fight Kraid, I guess. Experimenting on the experiment, I suppose. Chozo sacrifices, looks like. This sucks to look at. Hanging out all over that one boss that was the first one in the game. Ominous Chozo stuff happening with the X, I think. Hey, check out this robot. Exelion Star Corporation. What does that mean? Why is Samus over there, if that's Samus? Cool flag! Oh, that's like a sort of... Is this the 100% reward? We got Samus, Metroid, Mother Brain, Emmy, Adam Malkovich over there, Quiet Robe, more Metroids, Zabesian Space Pirates, Kraid, Omega Metroid, or rather Queen Metroid, Ravenbeak. It's a cool splash art. This must have been the 100% reward here. And then, of course, there's 5 other possible endings that you can get. The mission log is just this. Credits we've already seen. What happens if I continue? I'm probably just going to be at the last save point, right? Like, it's important to figure this out. Probably nothing special within this game itself. Yeah. Okay. So, hard mode, I guess, exists. A mode for expert players. You're not going to tell me anything about what it does. Probably just makes everything hurt a lot more. Well, I'm not interested in that. So, my final time says 11:08, but my final time was actually 11:3355, I suppose. And that was Metroid Dread. I think I would still give it, let's say, in the spirit of the double numbers, 8.8 out of 10. I really enjoyed it, even though I got mad sometimes, or like upset. Upset's a more accurate word. I'm gonna stop talking and be gone now. Goodbye. Goodbye. I'm now invisible. The video is now ending. Thank you for watching.